Hello there. So I've just thought I'd do a tutorial on, because I've been working on white rabbits all week, I thought I'd do a tutorial on them because they look absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to do a full tutorial on how to make your own white rabbit. So some of the stuff that you will need to start with, we'll be using wire to put in the legs and the arms. So this is the wire for the, I don't know what gauge it is, it's quite solid. And then we've got a soft aluminium wire, which is for the ears. We're using the ears and the fingers. So I've got a few different size needles. Got a fine one and just a all-rounder 38 gauge, and also a clover pen with 3 in. So we'll start with core wall, and we need to make, so there'll be different stages of making the body up, making the legs, ears, hands, and then joining them for the arms. And adding the legs. And then everything's attached apart from the ears. And then the best bit is dressing them. I've got a little suit ready. Alright, so let's get cracking. So this is just core wool. It's washed and carded from a sheep fleece. So we'll start doing the body. So gently wind it. So you can make your rabbit any size that you want. Because I've made quite a few of these, I've wrote down the measurements. So for this specific size, because I worked around them to get for the outfit to fit as well. So like the body's, just the body is 3.5 inches. The head's 2 inches. And the leg length is 4.5. And then that makes your bunny with the ears. I think they're about 9 inches tall when they're finished. So we'll start to make the body. I want that a nice firm. So I'm not going to do I'm not going to get it to, I think if you're doing this white rabbit, you should know what you're doing, so it'll be a kind of not a beginner one. Should have some knowledge of needle felting. So for the body, it's just basically getting that to, so it kind of, mine goes a bit thinner at the top and then bigger at the bottom, so it's quite firm. And so that is 3.5 inches just for that bit. So then you want to do the head. So again, that's the same process as this, which you could probably do that for the head. Get the head shape. It's kind of like a bit of a pear. You'll spend more time trying to get it firm, so you can like stop the video to get your head shape. So obviously it all takes time, and I don't want the video to be like hours long because there is a lot to do on it. So you'll make your head, so you'll get your shape like that. And then, so I'm using, it's not merino, it's, I don't know if this is correct, but you can use merino, you can use whatever white wool or that you want to finish it on the final. So I'm just going to use a thick round needle just to carry on with the shape. So when you're attaching the head, you'll just attach it to the bottom and then add wool around it. Just to join it. You've got your head attached to your body, so there's no wires involved at this moment. So the head shape, it's entirely up to you how you want your hair to look, your white rabbit. Obviously don't want it coming out too far because the body's only small, so it comes out just a little bit. I'm going to do some cheeks. this stage you can, it's entirely up to you how you want your hair head to look. I don't like it saying hair, the white rabbits, because I've been working on that many hairs. It's quite firm, but still workable. I don't like it when it's too hard. So I'll just fill this side up a little bit. I think that one's a bit more higher. So that's the head. A bit more on the nose. Where's his hair's coming from? Trouble when you're working with white. All these little straggly hairs. So we'll do the details on the eyes after. Just do this, and then you can see it looking more like a rabbit. Plus, if you get your nose in, you can, it helps to get the eyes like level, because I don't, everything's freehand, so I don't work by drawings or anything like that. So this is just to give me a basic balance to get the eyes in. Right, so I've got the head, the body. So then you want to cover your body with the final colour that you're finishing the rabbit in, which I've half done on this one. So I'll go back to this, using the clover. see, look, from the core, and then you've got your final colour, the difference. So the body's covered, the head's covered. Now we're going to make the legs and the feet. So this is using this wire and then wrapping round tightly with your cold wool. So these measure, so they have to bend. So when they're all stretched out and bent over, these measure 4.5. So we're going to fill the feet out on core wool. This is just a matter of wrapping it around tightly so you've got no air pockets. There's not a lot of stabbing in while you're wrapping, it's only just to secure. And again, the thickness of the leg will depend on how you want your rabbit to look. So we'll do it at a certain. I think the legs probably take the longest bit for me, especially when you've got to try and get them flat for them to stand up. Takes me quite a while to do actually. So I'll get to a certain thickness and then I'll start putting the final colour on. So the thing with the legs is you've got to have them quite weighty for the rabbit to stand up. So with this it's just a matter of build, build, build. you get it to kind of a certain thickness, and then what you have to do is bend so that it's like Z, and then that's just felted on. So I'll do that with this one. So we bend it into a Z. And they go on with that. So when you're doing this, because it's got a thick wire in the middle, if you use a thick needle, if you use a thin one, it will break. So you do need a thick one for this. So let's get this one. Dog's going crazy. So again with this, it's just a matter of securing it onto the body. Start to build. I always build round. I always make that smaller, and then when I've got the legs and that on, you can bring his belly out. So you're still working on it as you're building it. Starts to look like that. So when you've got your legs on how you want them, and this is going to have to be a bit thicker. I mean, if you want skinny legs, again, it's your preference, whatever look you're after with the rabbit. So you'll still keep building the feet up until you've got to make them, they're flat on the bottom. Otherwise, they're not going to stand up. So you don't need a prop. You don't need anything to help them stand. If you get the feet right on the bottom, they will stand up on their own. but it does take some building up. It does take that. I think that's the longest bit for me, is getting the feet right, that it stands. They've got to be weighty enough. They've got the wiring, they've got the structure there, but you need the weight in the legs for it to stand. Quite standable yet, but you have, like, I'm not going to spend a lot on the video on that, but it is basically just keep building and building until you get your shape that you want. Some people like big feet for the rabbits, so it's your preference. So like I say, you just need to keep building that round so it's all level, like that, so it's flat and you've got quite a bit of thickness there and thickness there. So he looks like that on his legs, and then we just put the three little marks on there for his toes. I just find it difficult working to a video because you're trying to keep it in sight so that you can see what I'm doing. So that's the legs. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on the video on them, because you can always pause the video and get them to that thickness and then carry on. So we've got the legs, feet are done, and we now need to do the hands. So the hands are, I have done a tutorial, but that's on my Country Jewels, on my Facebook page. So there's a quick tutorial on there on how to make the hands. Basically, you just need it's just a small wire, so this is 18 gauge or 1mm thick, so they're not thick. So we're using that wire, and then you just cut your 5 pieces, your fingers. I've made one that's a little bit longer than the others. So basically all you do for the fingers, I'll show you how to make one, and then it's just the same process on them all. So you're just basically wrapping the corbel whichever thickness you want. So like for these, it's just going to be very thin, single wrap. So then when you've done that on all 5, I use Powertex, which is water-based cold wax. It's just white. So just literally just wind it round. So it seals it, secures it, but it doesn't set like solid so that it's not movable. It's quite spongy and bendable. So that's how you make the fingers. So you do all 5 of those. Stuff all over me. The Powertex, I think it's about £33 for a big tub like that. I know you can get little tubs, and I got mine from Powertex UK. I don't know if, I assume there are other water-based waxes, but I haven't used them, so I can't say how good they are. Right, so you've got your 5, so you let that dry for a few hours, or I let all mine dry overnight. So then they end up like that. So they're quite, you can move them. So then you basically put them in like you would the shape of your hand, and then just wrap the wires round. I don't know if I've left them long enough. Like the wire, I would leave the wire quite long, because then you're going to attach it to your big metal for the arm. So we're going to make, yeah, these are a little bit short, but if you leave them longer, then once you've wrapped it, and then put your, I think we'll do that after actually, do the hand bit. So then where your wires are coming out, you push it in, it's usually a little gap, push it right in between the wires, that a little bit, and then this is where you'll need a bit of glue. So then I'm going to put a spot of glue. So this is just super glue. Spot of glue. Loads it on there. And then this spray can is the activator for the glue. That just sets it. So that is quite. And then this is why you need your wires long. So then you wrap these wires around a bit fiddly, I'll make it stuck. All these wires then go around the say if these wires were longer, it'd come secure down the forearm a little bit more. So that's how you secure the hand for the arm, and then you just wrap it around. With your core wall. Again, the thickness of the arms is entirely up to you. I've got to keep these quite thin for the jackets. It's as long as they fit in the jacket, that's fine. So we're going to use finishing colour. Finish the hand off. So again, you're making the palm of the hand, so you're just going in between the fingers. Using again your big needle because of all the wires, or you will break your needles. That's your hand, so you'll get it to the thickness that you want, which for me is that, and you'll carry on down there with your, I think I've done that one, with your finishing colour. I mean, you can use your finishing colour on unwinding it. You don't have to use the core if you want to use the base for the base. I suppose if you're doing white, you'd probably use that for your base as well, because the core sometimes is a bit yellow. So then when you've got that how you want them, hands, again with the wire I just cut a certain length, and then you can measure them where you want the hands, how long you want the arms to be. Some like them short, some like them really long. That one's about right for me. It just comes down, the hand comes down to about the top of the knee. So we're going to attach an arm. So basically, do it on this one. So I'm just going to make a little hole. I mean, you will be spending more time. Like I say, it's just for this video purpose. I just want to show you basically how you make them. I don't want you to rush them. So again, we're going to measure. That one's like way too long. It's like a chimp. So we want it about there. So I'm going to trim his arm, and then we've made the little. So some of them, when you're making arms for like the mice that I make, you can put the wire the whole way through. But when I'm doing like the hands with the fingers, I always do it like this. Otherwise it's just, I don't know, it would take me forever. So we're just going to pop a bit of glue again in the hole, attach a little bit, the wire, push it in. I'm just going to spray it a little bit. So that is quite secure in there. And then all you do is just put some, just properly secure it and cover it. So when you think, oh, it's looking a bit thin on the end of the arm, that is why, because then you always add a little bit more for where you're joining it. So again, wherever you're gluing or you've got, you're using wire, just use a larger needle. So once your arm's secured, that's fine, that's good to go. So do the same with the other side. So then you've got to the point of, you've got his legs and his arms on. So now we need to do the ears. Right, so the ears, we use a bit of wire, so we're using this 100, well, 1 millimeter wire. So again, depending on what size ears you want, you can have little ears, medium, large, whatever your preference is. So basically for the ear, I just loop them. Fasten it at the bottom. Almost fastened. Use this bigger one. Don't think that's big enough. Pop it back right. So just join them together. Flatten it out. Right, so for this, a little bit of coral. So I'm just going to do a flat for your base for your ear. Pop your wire in. And add some more wool. Careful where the wire is. And then just make sure all the wire is covered. So to flatten it, I'm just going to use some straighteners. So once you've got your two ears, like that, put them in there. And then we're going to flatten it so that they look like that. Then if you want to put any, I'm going to say colour, but if the white rabbits are just white really, you can put pink, a bit of pink in the middle. So then all we do with these is just flatten it out. And then you can just do it a bit in the, put it in the bottom. And again at the top. So then you'll end up with your two ears. And I just trim the edge. jump. Shush. That must be postman. Right, so you've got your wire, so wear it where you've got your bottom bit there. Shush! So then you're going to attach them to your hair. Rabbit. God, dogs are annoying me. So you put them in whichever position you want. Well, it doesn't matter actually, because they've got wiring, you're going to be able to move them. So we're going to secure these on the head. So your wire is in there. And get some of your finished colour. Just go around it. Then you can, because you've got your wire in, so you can have it positioning however you want for the ears. So that's basically, so you'll have your 2 ears, your feet, your arms. Put the other ear on so you're at that stage. So you should then be able to dress it. So these little outfits, they're made of felt and they're made by Christina from TeeNee's Creations. I will put a link up, so but I'm sure she would love to make some outfits if you wanted some making for your white rabbit. Yeah, but they're just gorgeous. So these are made a specific size for me for these, but you can have them made in any size that you want. So these, if you're doing the same size rabbit as me, Christina will know what size to do them if you wanted one making. So I'm going to dress the rabbit. You have to be a little bit careful. They're dainty. So that's a little waistcoat. Just have to watch the fingers. Push the hand together to get the fingers through, or she'll break one off. This one's not playing. That's it. Yeah. So that's the one. It's so cute. Push the hand in. a bit fiddly, but this is why you don't want the arms too thick, or else they just won't go through. Right, so there we go. So he's got his little outfit on, fits perfect. He's got lace, look at that. That's about it. So the only thing left to do, as you would have got to this stage, those done, his arms. So you just need to do the eyes. So we'll just do an eye on, we've done one on that one. Do an eye on this one. So for the eyes, whatever colour the outfit is, I tend to do the eyes to match. So because this one's is like yellowy orange, we're going to have yellow orange eyes. So some black, just a thin piece of black. Again, just take your time. Just take your time doing it. The more time you spend on it, the better outcome you'll get. So we're doing an eye. Put a little pink, a little bit of pink around the top. You don't have to, you can do whatever you want with your little rabbit. So we've got orange, I did want some, got any yellow, what we got here, might put a bit of red in, just to give the eye a bit of a tone. And then I did want to add yellow, but I haven't. I've got any. Yeah. Well, let's try this. Just to give the eye some different texture, colour. I'm going to go to the fine needle. Then need some white. Need some white. Round into a little ball. that's one eye. And then to finish the head, I just do the long fur method of just planting some long fur on. And again with this, it depends on the look that you want your rabbit. You could just have a little bit of fluff at the top. You could do the whole face like this one. So the long fur goes all the way around the cheeks, and then you've just got your defined little cheeks at the front. So it's entirely at your discretion how you want your little bunny to look. So you go right the way around it, pull the cheeks out. See if you want him, I won't say scruffy, but so as opposed to the flat look, you'll get the fluffy. Ends up looking like that. Right, so fluffy nose. So once you've done all your long fur round, you've got your eyes in position like that. So then you just do the other eye on the other side. So you should be at that stage. So we brought the cheeks out. I think that one wants to come out a little bit more. And then we do a little tidying up, doing the details. So I'm going to add a little bit more around his nose. Just look at that face. They are so cute when they're finished, but they do take quite a while to make. So just tidying him up. So then if you just check that everything's in more or less proportion. Your cheeks are, this one still needs filling out, I think. This one looks bigger than this one. So again, it's just a matter of even at the final stages, just doing a bit of titivating, getting them exactly how you want them. A bit better. Right, so now just need to, these what I use, depends what look you want, but I just leave them natural, curly, because that's how I like them. But if you want to straighten whiskers, you can buy some that's like horse wire. These ones that I use are from an actual donkey. My friend Danny's got a donkey, so she brings me a bag up when she brushes her. So these we're just going to glue. Just pop a bit of glue on the end. Got stuck on me. Right, not too much, because push it right in. Usually got a couple at the top of his high. This is such a fiddly job as well. So a couple there, and then we're going to put some whiskers on. Oops, he's drunk. You want to stand on there? So add as many whiskers as you want. So I'm just going to add a few. So once you've got all your whiskers on, The only thing left is for the watch. So these I got off eBay. I have got some that I brought from an antique place. Went to an antique show and they'd got some there. So these I've got like a clasp on. That goes on there. Which can go on the button wherever you want. And then just measure his hand, his little thumb, how far you want the chain to be. So I'm going for about there. I'll cut that off. Cut in, that's it. Then where's the big, there we go. So then on here there's a ring. Just need pliers to open it a little bit. There we go. And then that is going to go there. So there's a little bit left hanging. And close that one up. So there's that. And then this needs to hang down a little bit. There, I would say. So I'm going to put it between his thumb. So you can see I'm forgetting that I'm on camera. And then that will, just want the blob of this glue. Just to glue it on his hand. It's coming out. How's that? And just spray. There we go. And there you have your little white rabbit. And then you can place their arms. The ears, however, you could have them up. You could have them down. They're so cute. However you want them. But that's how you make a white rabbit.